So remember we were talking about this the other week, yeah? So making sure like the drop is the down as usual when we step into coasted action. It's not like a step and then a step, but make sure you're driving off that back leg into your stance here. And like, I suppose not dissimilar to what we were just doing with the pad here, where we were stretching that hip. We are stretching, yeah? Stretching, stretch, and then push it in. Ready? Okay, then from there, make sure like this feeling of coming round to showman that, yeah? So like covering with this right, left hand towards your right hip. This right leg is bent here. This feeling of squeezing and then opening to the back. And of course, trying to get that done smoothly at the finish, making sure this right side is fully pulled back. Hey! Then making sure you're maintaining your hip position, yeah? So don't allow that hip to come loose. Certainly don't allow that knee to come out. Adjust the arm and let that rotation if you can to the out from handling. If not, showman is fine. Ha! Then from here, making sure like no need. What I don't want to see is this left hand start at the left and then do this massive circular turn here, and making sure like you are already on the way here. So rather than circle, almost think you're cutting across, making sure that left arm is finishing on the right side of your body. Yeah, good. And then again, making sure you're maintaining your hips. Don't let them come loose. Just across. Across and then open. Go! Okay, and then as we said earlier, making sure like we have this deliberate scooping block. Yeah, you can do this with a single arm or with a double arm. I don't mind which. Just making sure you are upright, not sticking your head forward. The feeling is you could stop or you could go straight in. So don't be falling forward. Smooth. Smooth and then drive it in. And then the same thing. Hips remain until you make this rotation. Okay, good. As always. So like with this movement, my left side is stepping up. So I don't want to turn my right foot out because then everything's going into one direction. I'm not utilizing my right side. And it can lead to that toggle, yeah? So as much as my left side is pushing, closing the left, closing right, pushing the right. Smoothly to Shizen. And then out. Knee. As we said to Kelly earlier on, not a full rotation, yeah? Just the pressure with that left side. And brown and black belts, I want you to do both, okay? 2 options on the timing. Either punch, dead stop, making sure you are loading that left hip before turning out to the right, even though it's only a very small movement, making sure like your weight is coming fully over to this right leg. So you can either have that stop or like going back to sort of like Bassai in the early versions of this kata, which is almost that snapping punch, that same feeling there, where you are punching and using the snap of the punch to make the preparation for the block, yeah? First 2, ready. Head, knee! Make punch like that, that's loose. Yeah. And then, as we said, even though it's only a small movement, make sure you're using that to drive back to the middle, yeah, before making the opposite. Okay. Good. So the most important point that we always hammer on about with this next one is that you try to keep that left side still until the end. So this idea of generating torque in your body, yeah? So your right side is going one way, your left side is essentially going the other, and then you're using that sharp rotation. Yeah? Good shuto, stepping forward. So making sure full preparation, yeah? And then snapping out. Knee! And again, forward. Ta! Making sure when you step back, sorry, you just, thank you. Sorry. Making sure when you step backwards, don't leave that left leg behind you. Think about how you're initiating this technique. My right side is pulling back, so I want to initiate with that left to get this very sharp transition. Good. And then smooth, yeah? So feel that right side push and round. Same shape as an uchuki. And then sakami, so make sure you are catching. Left hand makes the same shape. Fingers going towards that dent in your wrist, but not touching, and the thumb lands where it lands, yeah? You can, some move just the back leg, some move to front leg, some move both. Some just have this rotation where there's no step at all, you know, as long as that weight is shifting from the back to your zenkuts. I don't mind which, yeah, as long as you're making this correct shape, correct stance at the end. Each. Good. With the kiai, knee the gap. Remember, left leg stays still. Try and have that squeeze in your upper body. So it is compression. Compress out! And then down. Making sure when you pull back, hands come to your right side, palms remain down, elbows in. Bench! Step forward, shuto. Knee! Okay, from here. So stepping back, yes, again, similar to shuto. Our right side is pulling back, left side is closing. Like, no need to drop the arms. For your right, come to your left. Right, come to the left, and then smoothly up together. Roughly the same angle as Nagyuki, index fingers touching. Each. And then similar to the first move, in that you must drop. Do not fall. That left leg bends, and that pushes you forward. Double setsu. Each. And then this is Yoriash. Make sure you're driving off that back leg and finishing square. Knee. Okay, good. Similar to the, the fourth movement. In that I don't want this preparation and then you are turning, yeah? So like, this is the start of the turn. This is the start of the turn. And then you are in, making sure you're engaging that right thigh, right glute, opening and then closing, making sure you are fully square on the turn. Inch! And then from here, making sure you're not anything like this. The pull of that right hip, the pull of the right hip is the start of the movement. Knee! So, lots of things are going to happen at the same time in this next movement, yeah? You're going to pivot with your left as you bend your left knee. You're going to lift your right and you're going to cover Jodan with your right, yeah? So all of those things happen at the same time. The pivot and bend of the left, the lift and covering of the right, as you block with your right hand before stepping into Kibata. Change! Okay, and then just natural, yeah? Feel this flow. Flow into the block. Knee. Try and cut with that left foot. Send the knee straight. Send the knee straight. Makes it in and down with the elbow. Edge knee. Engage the right hip. Tap. Left hip. Sheep. Right hip. Go. Okay. So, try to just push. Don't think right. Engage the left and make it take to the back. Inch. Just the take this one. Then the Amos knee. Okay, just looking here, guys. So let's just double check. So, like everything from the hips down, hamidachi. Yeah, good and kuts, front hip forward. Nothing changes from the hips and below. Left hand urazuki, bottom fist about bottom elbow about fist away from your hip, coming up. Upper arm coming slightly down. We want to make sure my lat is engaged, and then to make sure both fists are on the same line, we want to have this very slight lean. As I say, when I lean, I'm not going to allow anything below my belt to change. Just making sure that these finish on the same line. Yeah, ready? Yamazuki. Bench! Then don't just think about pushing with the right, squeezing back with the left. Knee. Lift the left. As you bend the right, as you drive it. Ta! Pull back, she. Lift the right as you bend and push with the left. Go! Okay, so making sure, staying low, sweeping with the nagash, kikte, completing the stance. Then from here, roll the hip into the YouTube. Edge, knee. Stretching, so you're completing the stance on the nagash. Completing the stance in the double hip. Sanchi. With this first shoot, so you are just bringing that back leg up, similar to knee down, so that it can take your weight, and then pivot out. Bench. Smooth. Knee. Then from here, it's a full step, and cutting kiai. Ta! Ayam. Nore. Got that.